Hey, Gut Fox here. Today we got Mattstergamer with us to do basically a meta breakdown of the week. Go through a series of plays that you're gonna see online. We're doing this live on Twitch, so stop by twitch.tv/gutfox when we're doing it live on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're a little early today actually, but we're gonna get it. So Mattster, what meta formation do you want to go through today?
I mean, there's a few different options. I have, in my playbook, I'm in the New England Patriots playbook, so that, for a lot of people, is split close. Halfback wheel is still halfback wheel. That didn't get touched. You have plays like wide receiver corners. You have, X drag trail. It's a lot you can do with it, especially now that you could really pull back deep blues again to actually throw those corner outs, those deep crossers. There's a lot you can do. So that's probably the formation I'm going to go into, but again, the New England playbook is one of the best. You have a relatively full ace twins. You have Y-off trips tight end. That's a decent bunch. It's not what it was last year, but it's still there. You have drag cross-ups in this tight slots. You still have a decent single back Y trips.
I'm just doing this to get my name
There's
in the
a lot you
YT
do with this
video.
playbook in general, but for today, we are looking at the split close formation impacts.
All right. Maybe during these videos I need to turn off notifications, but we got a sub, we got a bit donation. We'll work on the kinks as they come out. So we're going through split close today, and the meta this week basically. I'm having trouble on the PS4. So what do you want to? We're gonna show off like what plays to run out of on the one formation on the split close, and then how to defend them. Thanks Boobo for the sub. All right, do you want to go ahead and get right into split close? And one more thing. If you leave a comment in the YouTube section below or here on Twitch, we'll answer those comments and questions.
I like wieners.
Thanks to Freaking Amazing. I gotta turn those off. We'll answer those at the end of the show. Basically, answer your questions on the meta. All right, go ahead and split close. What are you looking for here first?
Okay, so first off, from my experience, the audibles you're going to want to set are the X drag trail,
Unlock me
power
from
or
the
draw.
basement
The
down.
power isn't as good this year because shotgun pulling guards are kind of slow. So you might want to go with the draw, halfback wheel, and wide receiver corner, so you get corner outs on both sides. So, and then you come out in either the play with the PA crossers. I don't know the name of the play because it's not the main formation I've been running. Or you come out in display with the short corner out in the right, so you're able to beat cover three a little better. And just to start off with, like an X drag trail, there's a lot you can do with it. One of the things that makes split close really good this year, and something that a lot of people aren't doing, is utilizing the fact you can have wheel routes to both sides without kind of changing your look. So you can do things like this and just say like, okay, I'm gonna snap the ball, I'm gonna motion over, be in a streak, so he pulls back deep crossers, and just know you're gonna have something open. So this is gonna pull that, and of course the post stopped running because he got manned up. But
that's weird that my cover 4 man matched on that, right? This is cover 4 drop.
Yeah. That's
Hi
cover 4 drop,
YouTube,
which
help
isn't
us.
supposed
Gut
to.
Fox makes us take his wiener.
Hang on, let me turn off notifications. This is they're killing me here. I'm going to Streamlabs. So what are you looking for here? Like with
on this play, this isn't the exact way I would run it. It's more so just like hypothetical, because the running back wheels are really good this year. Generally the wide side, but even the short side, they're not too bad. And I mean, really, just what they allow you to do is they allow you to attack hard flats and clad flats at the same time. So let me get to the wide side here and play hard flats this play and just kind of show you what I mean. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna motion over a streak again.
Free the plebs.
We're just gonna put this guy on We're gonna put this guy on a wheel. You're gonna see he's gonna get over this hard flat on the left. I'll just put a flat over there just so holds down the hard flat for example's sake. He's gonna get over that for a nice little 20-yard completion.
Mm-hmm.
And then on this play, if you play clouds, you're gonna see I'm able to get about the same on clouds. So you really have to double flat to take away wheels this year, and in split close, you're able to have 2 on the field at pretty much all times. So that's really good. So you can do something like this. I mean, this is obviously the perfect route combo, but as you're going to see, that's still a really good game.
Yeah.
So wheels are really good. Having the ability to put 2 wheels in the field is just very good.
So
and also in this formation,
so why are wheels so powerful this year versus previous years? You
have a lot more control when catching them. So there's some cool things you do with wheels. you can try and like get dudes to block if you do things like this. Now it's not gonna work in this scenario, and that does happen a lot if you try and throw it too early. But for the most part, wheels are really good. So like a lot of times you can get that receiver to actually block for you. You can cut inside on wheels a lot. So for example, like if you play cloud flats again, you'll kind of see it here that you can cut inside when you catch it. So it gives you a lot more.
I didn't get it to my cloud flat.
It's like a safety net almost.
Oh, gotcha. So
you don't have to worry as much on throwing them, and they're really safe reads.
Have you tried a lot of improvised screens this year? Is that more effective? Because I know downfield blocking in previous like 2 Maddens kind of screwed it up. Where like I think it was like 15 was the last time we could really run good improvised screens.
Yeah, they're actually really good. I don't know exactly the what the spacing is for split close. I do it at a few different sets, but if you audible to a cover 2, you'll actually be able to see it. I'm pretty sure. Because if you switch over to cover 2, the spacing, the cloud flats, they're gonna actually end up getting blocked. So it should work here. Yeah. So you're gonna see you're able to get a good gains from that.
I gotcha.
So there's a lot of cool things you do with wheels.
So are you in 19 much more of like a short passing game type of guy rather than like long down the field shots?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially with all these deep blue mechanics that they added into the game, it's not worth bombing as much. Like between the pass rush, the improved zone logic, and a few other things outside of like the crazy like cover 4, cover 6, like just put a streak on the field. The ones like for the most part, I'm throwing short, just because like there's a lot of different things you could do to attack that and move downfield. And at that point, all you have to do is have red zone offense. So that's something that I've spent a lot of time in. I make sure that I have red zone offense. When I don't, I go ahead, go back. I go straight to practice mode and just say, okay, what were the issues in that last game, and I solve them. Now it's actually something that happened the other day where I was playing a leaderboard game, and it was like 4 a.m., so it could have been entirely possible. I was like dead tired, but I lost the leaderboard game because I kicked like 6 field goals. And I fumbled like 3 times for 6, and I was just like, this dude shouldn't have won the game. He got scores purely off fumble 6s, but I kicked 3 6 times, so we got to go ahead and fix that.
Yeah. All right.
So I mean, like as long as you could score in the red zone, quick, that's the way to go.
So
this year,
split close is solid for the red zone, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, that's actually the reason when I started running it.
Really?
I only run this offense. I run the entire playbook. But I run split close specifically for when I get to the red zone, and that's not the Madden red zone. I mean, like the 20-yard line, because a lot of my route combos actually ended up being too deep. So what I ended up doing is coming out in split close and using a lot of wheel routes actually to kind of move the ball in the red zone. So I do have some experience with that end. There's a lot of cool things you do. Like this is a short corner route, so obviously this is gonna be cover 3, and because this wheel on the left is kind of a shorter wheel, he cuts inside zones really well. So I don't know how it's going to do against purples, but still it gets inside. I didn't rat caught that by accident. It's kind of it's slightly laggy on the share play, so it's not the
best for that. So I why do short corners beat cover 3? Does the guy not get under them?
No, the guy gets under him. So the guy gets under not as fast. You still need kind of a pull route for the deep third now, because if you don't have a pull route for the deep third, he'll actually man up to the corner route this year.
By pull route, he means that fade route. Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
So he's gonna actually man up to the corner route if you don't have that pull route, and then you still need the underneath route to hold down a hard flat. But what the short corners allow you to do is they give you a quick read. So in a situation, was that a purple or
that was a hard flat? I thought I switched to hard flats.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
I'll go to hard flat. I'll go to hard flat here.
Yeah. So like it essentially makes the read really quick. So you're gonna see it's like, oh, that's weird. He's bumping him. That should be fine. Yeah, he's just TJ Watt and he's bumping him. But it essentially makes the reads quick. So I'll just put him on a swing.
Yeah.
When you send 5 out, you don't want to have a deep corner out. Like, yeah, it might work, but it's gonna take so much longer to throw that you're gonna get sacked if they're sending in the heat. The short corner outs kind of get you away from that. Like, yeah, you could run a bench switch in this spot, right, where you have a deep corner. You have the pull route to pull it deep.
I just went to cover 2. Oh,
okay. So
you want cover 3?
Cover 3 with hard flats.
Hard flats. All right.
This is what you're gonna see a lot of, like some kind of blitzing cover 3, and you just start. It's a really quick read, and that's kind of what separates the short corners from the deep corners. Deep corners, they'll get open pretty much just as well this year. However, it's just going to take a lot longer in this game, especially with the sheds the way they are. They aren't too bad, but after a while, you're just going to get shed. So you don't want to have too many plays that just take that long to develop. Like, yeah, you could call halfback wheel here, right? But, like, look at how much longer this one takes. Like, you got to wait until there to throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting more yards, but you can't do that every down.
Because you
Also, not to mention
just
the route
about to
combo is kind of bad with the post on the other side, but that's a whole different thing. You could kind of get away with doing something like this also, but so like honestly, the way I'd prefer to run halfback wheel this year is something more so like this, and motion snapping this guy. So if they have hard flats, you're throwing that in. If they have clouds, you're throwing the table route. If they're playing cover 2 or man, you have the post. And then the drag is kind of to essentially make them choose, right? Their user can only choose a drag or a post. They can't choose both.
So why do you like that over, like, say, slanting Lee, doing like a regular slanting Lee and have that 2 combo to the right and the slant going across the middle? Like,
oh, you mean with Yeldon?
Like you see online so much.
Because like this will work in theory. It's just sending 5 out and it takes a. So if they're playing cover 3 hard flat, you had to wait for that slant to cross the field. It's like, yeah, this will be open, but it's easy to lurk the post and the slant. And like, say that was a hard flat, not a purple.
Yeah,
who's gonna get over that, right?
I didn't put
but you gotta wait so long, and you're sending 5 out. If there's any kind of heat, what you're saying? That's pretty much it. And I mean, if you're playing anybody really good, playing at split close, you're probably getting sent a lot of heat. So I wouldn't do that. But my head, I mean, sure, if you have a good enough O line, because you're probably not gonna be seeing too much heat there. And then again, like, because the way that matches, you don't really have anything else open. Like, you have to throw the slant against cover 3. Or against cover 2, you have to throw the table route. Now, if they have cover 2 hard flat, obviously the corner out's open, but you don't ever really see cover 2 hard flat much.
No.
It's just not an often, like, coverage people run often. Now, you might see an adjustment or one side gets hard flatted, but against split close, it's probably going to be the left more than likely than the right. So that's really it. Like, yeah, you can motion snap. You can do a few different things and, like, throw it over the middle. But at that point, like, there's only so many things you have to use it, right? So when you're running a play that only has one route really get open, dude, it'll work in my head-to-head. It probably will get you by, but it won't separate you really too much. Like, it's a play that's essentially a risk to run.
I got you. So
even though beats most coverages.
So go through your ideal setup again and why you like it. Just because you get like the trail route on the in route and the drag and the post.
Yeah. So the way I would more than likely run it is I would probably block the running back, pick up heat. I put the inside guy on a drag, so it's gonna be X on PlayStation, A on Xbox, and just motion out this in route. So what it's gonna do is if they have hard flats, you're gonna be able to throw this in that window right there.
Okay.
If they're playing cover 2, you're going to be able to throw the table route, or you're going to be able to throw the post. It also becomes a lot harder to lurk between the post and a drag.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to kind of pick, and you're going to be able to see it a lot easier.
Huh. So, because, yeah, that doesn't really look like a halfback wheel at all because you don't have the corner on the field. But, like, so you'd go, like, corner out from the other concept, and then this would be your – because all you really like in this play is the post pattern, the table route, and the in route. Huh?
Yeah, I like not having to smart out the in is really nice because on 2nd and 4, especially when they're more than likely going to be playing hard flats, you don't want to have a 4-yard in route. You want to have the 10-yard in route. The table route is a really good table route. It's still a table route. And then the post is still going to be cover 2. It's still going to be man coverage. And then I think it splits cover 4, but honestly, I haven't really messed with cover 4 too much this year because I haven't had to deal with a lot of people running it just because the way it matches. So I haven't needed anything but this. Again, like the drag is going to be open unless.
I gotcha. So, all right, how would you defend this then? You said just regular cover 4, like what I'm in right here, was a good defense, or not really, because you're still picking up yards?
No, I wouldn't say cover 4. I just haven't tested against cover 4. More than likely, what you want to do against this is you're going to want to play some form of cover 2 with the deep blue from the middle linebacker.
Okay.
So put him in a deep blue.
Yep.
You want to man up the running back.
With the outside linebacker?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at this point, you have to be able to lurk. You have to force them to make the wrong read. So the drag is going to be open the entire play. But you have to say, okay, you know that in route's going to get there. So you have to kind of
use the drag to the in route? Yeah, we'll be posting. Matt, are you there, or did I lose you? We'll be posting this on YouTube for the highlight stuff. All right, I lost Mattster.
You there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean, you can put a hard flat on the left. It's something that I would probably recommend most of the time against tight slots, or not tight slots rather, but split close.
Okay.
The only issue is you have the wide receiver corners play. So
Oh.
there are ways to beat it this year. Last year it wasn't really the case because people were in split close. They're probably in like Arizona for the fullback inside.
All right.
This
yeah.
year, because the way the game plays, it's a lot more optimal to run New England split close, and having this corner out is so huge. So we'll say, for example, if you start playing hard flats on left, so play hard flats this play. As an offensive player, I could say, okay, do something like this, and then that's just going to torch that. So there's some things that the offensive player can do. That being said, I mean, it's a game for a reason. There isn't one set offense or defense that's going to beat everything. That's what it comes down to, making the right adjustment at the right time, knowing your opponent's tendencies. And I feel like this game is really good for that, where you can't really just sit in one thing or the other. You really have to make sure you beat your opponent mentally, rather than just having the better plays.
You gotta.
I mean, you have to have good plays, but like for the most part, it's going to be a mental game. It isn't going to be like, oh, this beats everything, or this defense bags this entire offense. Unless it's just a bad offense. If it's bad offense, it's bad offense. But for the most part, you're going to see a whole mental game, especially at high levels.
So would you recommend like, all right, so man up the running back, leave cloud flats on the field, and then like, could you put like all right, so when you come out, you see somebody in cover 2, leave cloud flats on the field, man up the running back. Let's see, what do I got here? And then put this guy in a deep blue, and then maybe you could put a lineman in a spy or hook zone for that in route. Now, like, is this how you'd bag this kind of? What's up?
You have two options here. I mean, the spy could work, but then you start losing heat. You can put your right cornerback in a soft squat, so he potentially mans up to the in route, or you can put your left cornerback in a hard flat, so you could drop off the drag, so he gets covered by the hard flat, and then you pick off the in, essentially.
Okay.
Now, you could always kind of give up the drag and let them have their 6 yards, but if you want to fully kind of shut this play down, this is the best option. Now, I don't exactly know if the soft squat will man up here. No, he didn't, because he isn't solo side. That was worth testing, though.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're going to have to make them choose. You have to say, you want to send heat off the left side for the most part.
Heat off the left side, okay.
Left or right, it depends on, I shouldn't say left or right, but against a play like this, you want to attack.
So what you do,
the side they don't want to go, right?
Yeah, what you do against compressed sets is try and heat it up, is what you're kind of trying to say, huh?
Oh, yeah, you send 18 people and just let somebody come in.
Bring the announcers from the booth, yeah.
Yeah, send 7 with an incredible user is the thing right now.
7?
So you then, I mean, good offenses, you do it to, like, if you're playing the drag that low, you can get there. A lot of times, if you're not playing the drag that low, they can even, like, lowball that post, right?
Would you ever... Yeah. All right. Would you ever, like, somebody in the chat said, would you ever cross-man the left safety?
The poster?
Or, like, would you cross-man the left safety to, like, the in route or something like this? Because your post route's being played. The only issue is the running back wheel from triangle coming out and getting a one play if you don't get the pressure home, right?
Yeah, it's... The running back wheel has been an option. Like, it can be an issue. The other thing, too, to mention is, like, just giving up that side in general isn't the best, especially when, again, in pass split close, you have those deep crossers where they can get over clouds, let alone hard flats.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot more to worry about this year. There isn't one end-all, be-all solution, again, like in years past. Like, I feel like this year is a lot more of, you want to take something away, go ahead and take it away that play, but don't expect to take it away every play doing.
Oh, gotcha.
Right, like if you're going to do this one play, don't make it a comp, because a good player's going to catch on and be like, okay, fade him, and then just wait to pass it.
Yeah, that's a touchdown. So, like, you might shut it down for a play or two, but you can't do that. You're right. You got to mix it in. So, basically, what you're saying in Madden 19, you need to mix coverages against this. Some plays send heat, some plays back everybody off, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. I mean, you always want to look like you're...
Sorry.
That's the biggest thing, is make them want to max protect. You don't always have to do it, but make them feel like they have to. Right? That's going to limit an offense, especially a compression offense that I mean, you only have so much time if these coming in, right?
Yeah.
If you got 8 people on the line of scrimmage, and any one of them could come in, and the offense starts to panic, it doesn't matter if you actually are doing it or not. If they feel like it, that's a win for you.
That's a really good. The mental game of this game is as important as the actual game on the field.
Exactly.
A lot of times, yeah.
So like, the offense is good. This play is one of the better versions of this play to stop. It's not something I've seen a lot of people run. I haven't seen anybody run it. I was just messing with it the other day actually, and again, if say they're not sending a lot of heat, you could obviously put the running back on a wheel for that exact reason. Obviously the wheel is stock, but I don't have it set right now. And then again, like if they're playing hard flats, you have a way to take advantage of that. Now the wheel does go a lot farther this year, so it's more so going to attack them dropping deep blues off the left.
Do you like man blitz against this at all? And how important is it to keep that R1 route on the field, that table route?
It's pretty important for hard flats. So like, watch, I'm gonna take off the tail route and like leave hard flats.
Okay.
So it's gonna be in a lot better position to play the in route is the short version. You see how he's like right there?
Yeah.
The table route doesn't pull out that zone to the point where it's fully wide open. The table route is kind of what does that. Also, it's just a good read against cover 2 at that point, right? So if they're playing cover 2 clouds, you can very easily say, okay, nice throw, Blake. Good old Balaki. But so like against cover 2 clouds, so go to just normal Tampa 2 real quick.
Okay.
And you'll see that the table route is still a good option. Like,
so it's important to have that option.
15.
That's always your first look on split close.
Exactly.
Okay.
Especially because they're going to be sending heat, right? You want to have those quick reads. Quick reads, again, in compression sets are so important because if not, you're just going to get cooked. That's what it comes down to.
That makes sense.
They
so
send 6.
That's a
you
good
want
tip.
to be able
like,
to say, oh, yeah.
In like every single close formation, whether it's this one, tight slots, there's a bunch, like even bunch, would you say it's important to have quick reads?
Well, it depends, right? Because a lot of compression is coming off the right side. So you need to have quick reads if you're sending 5 out any play, regardless. I would say more so against full compression because you have every player in the box, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing in a gun tight, if you're playing in a tight slots, if you're playing in a split close, if you're playing in a tight flex, you want to have quick reads on every play because you can't block everything. You just can't. They're going to send 8 one play, and they're all going to be coming in from the line of scrimmage, and you're not going to have time to do anything but throw a quick read and check which side is the hard flat. And you got to make the right read. So you have to be prepared for that, and having a quick read on most plays is the way to do it. So yeah, exactly, right? You're doing this. You're only blocking a running back. You're like, oh, okay, what do I do? Well, panic. Make your read. The good thing about that post is that post counts as a read because it's so quick.
Yeah,
that's true. A read for about a second and a half, right? That's not a read after that. It's technically a quick read, even though it's a post. And again, there's a lot of different things, like because you can throw that in route so fast against hard flats, that also qualifies.
I gotcha. Cool. So, what else would you play as an offense in split close besides for those couple plays? Is there anything else that you'd kind of trickle in to be able to attack defenses in this very popular formation?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, another play is again extra ag.
Mm-hmm. So, like, basically, you're looking for posts in that crossing pattern, right? The drag on the quick one. Did I lose Mattster again?
Where, again, you can do something with a wheel and a streak. There's a few different ways you can attack it and just motion over this guy.
Okay.
And then now you have, like, 15-yard gain from just that wheel route. If you play hard flats, you have the corner route. Wrong owl, there we go. So there's a lot of things you can do, and then if they're playing cover, split the safeties with the post. Now this isn't the ideal, like the perfect route combo by any means. I hit the wrong button. I was throwing the corner route, but yeah, because obviously you have a streak running into a post. There's definitely ways to optimize it. That being said, there's a lot of cool things you can do with this set. All these plays have value for the most part. You want to essentially pick which one you're coming out of. you either come out in the play I came out in, or you come out in the PA play with the two crossers. My only issue with that is with PA blocking being the way it is right now. It's really risky to run PA, especially long developing PA plays.
Yeah.
So you do something like this, probably better.
Okay. So the all Madden meta is basically very pressure focused, right? Because the pass rush comes in hard, right?
Yeah, I mean the pass rush. It's not that it comes in like crazy, but it's consistent. So like, you need to be ready for it more than anything else, right? You need to have options for the pass rush. You can't just be coming out and run deep crosses every play, because if not, you're just gonna get sacked. So like, and a nice thing with this drag too is that for the most part they're gonna get blocks on downfield. Yeah. As you're gonna see right there, you make one person.
I gotcha. So how would you rate the power level of the split close formation and those few plays in it, like versus like say other top end formations in the game? Like, would you put this as the top 5 formation in the game right now?
My top 5 right now is probably trip side end. It's the Y off trips. Then it's probably the gun tray that we saw drag run the other. Okay. I think that's in there.
Yeah,
there's probably a bunch in there and a bunch at end.
Okay.
So it's top 10. I wouldn't say top 5.
Top 10 though. Yeah, we'll get into the other formations as we go along in the weeks. Basically, what this show is going to be. Thanks for subbing, guys. Zeke Familia. What this will be, we'll go through like one formation a week. Either we'll switch off offense and defense each week, and then we'll move on to like other questions. We're going to talk about basically. We talked a little bit about the meta that you're seeing, didn't we? And then who's playing well? You said Drag's playing well. What's he in again? Oh, what are you showing right now?
Good at is it has crossers that don't require play action.
Wait, say that again. Are we Oh shoot! I lost Mattster. Hang on a second.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry.
All good. So it's not gonna. The sheds aren't gonna be as crazy. Rivals playing really good in a bunch of tight end. There's a few players that are playing really good right now, and then again we haven't seen a lot of players play on stream. So it's hard to say everybody, but from the people that I've seen that are playing well, it's Drag, Rivals playing really well, Henry's playing really well. I'm not gonna throw my name in there because I feel like that's I'd be
you bragging. It's okay to brag.
Yeah.
Get it. Don't be humble. Don't be humble here.
When I'm making that list, you don't want to put yourself in it because like I'm always gonna put myself in it regardless, unless I'm just playing it terrible.
That's the confidence of a pro gamer right there. Yeah. So like we could talk about the mental game.
This is actually what I was trying to show with the wheel route, how they're being safe. You could really pull them inside. So you see how this looks completely like this is about to be picked. Being able to cut inside creates a lot of options. So it forced the linebacker to go outside, making this read really safe.
Yeah.
Now I even hit B just out of just habit, but that's kind of what I mean about the wheel routes being safe.
So basically, what the biggest takeaway from this split close is what I'm hearing is wheel routes. Make sure and work them into your offense, not just in this formation, but in formations in general.
Yeah, they're just a very good route. It's not that they're not overpowered in any one way. They're just very good.
Okay.
They're similar. I put them above corner routes this year. Granted, corner routes in certain spots can be really good. Like obviously having X drag trail be a corner route from a post spot is really good because that gives you the ability to really do some interesting things with corner routes on the left side of the field. Now, obviously, again, you have the play where in wide receiver corner, so you have a corner route over there, but that just gives you another option where that route could be a threat to be a corner route. Or say you do this and do something like this. It's probably a bad idea, but I don't think he'll man up, but I'm not 100% sure. But then it kind of becomes a mind game where you don't know exactly who's in the corner out. You don't know if you need to man up one dude work better than another dude for a user. So you can play those mind games with this offense now because you have that other slot that has a post that can turn into a corner. So there's a lot of cool things to do with corner routes, but my favorite route right now is definitely a wheel route.
Oh, interesting. Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, so for the people like just defending, we went through or just arriving. We went through split close, how Mattster would like to play it, how you defend it a little bit, how you come out, basically to wrap it up. Like for somebody going stock halfback wheel, Mattster recommended doing manning up the running back on the halfback wheel, putting a middle linebacker in a deep blue. This is the way you see on the field right there with his in routes is how he'd run it. Can you show the stock play art,
Yep.
Mattster? Yeah, so the stock
Yeah,
play
if you're
art.
playing stock, then you just all you gotta do is leave that cloud on the right. I wouldn't hard flat. I wouldn't really ever hard flat because you hell worry about that corner.
Okay.
Unless again, they're just throwing that taper out a lot and you're sending pressure so you can't man up the running back and you're just trying to bait them.
Okay.
So really all you gotta do is man up the running back, put the deep blue from the middle linebacker and just
Lurk the middle.
Like,
because the only thing coming over the
yeah,
middle
exactly.
is that in route. And that or the slant route if they slant
Exactly.
them instead of in route them.
Yeah, if they slams it in, that's fine because they're gonna run into each other. You don't have to worry about that too
Are
much.
you like whenever I seem to have them locked down, the quarterback seems to escape. Do you put a spy on the field here too?
With Mike Vick, yeah.
Mike
But
Vick,
you got to make sure you're getting pressure. Like I always make sure I have heat on the field in some case, even if it's just to set up a good shed angle. If it's just to force them to roll the way I want, it doesn't need some kind of crazy heat, but you want to manipulate the offense in some way with your D line and defense.
what do you talk about shed angles? Can you explain that?
Well, just getting players close together, right? So like you want to get it's like shift your D line left and pinch your linebackers, and then crash left. This is going to put a lot of pressure on the left side of the D line. So one of these two guys is going to be at a much higher, like he's going to shed at a much higher rate just because of angles, right?
Yeah.
In the game, a lot of times just comes down to angles, and you see how they're putting just a lot of pressure over there. There's a good chance somebody could disengage because of all the people over there. You see how he didn't even get blocked; he just kind of tripped and got back up. A lot of things like that.
Interesting. So trying to hit those angles pretty hard. I gotcha. So let's I think we talked a lot about split close and how people can run it with the crossers, with the wheel route, and how to defend it. I think we move on to did we talk about we talked a little bit about who's playing well, but I don't know if we did an official segment. We talked about the top meta for this week with the formations. Can you talk a little bit about like all Madden versus all pro and how they differ? Like if you're gonna play like on salary cap, you're gonna play on all Madden. If you're playing on MUT head-to-head ladders, I think Draft Champions is in all Madden too. I believe, right, Mattster?
No, it's gonna be all Madden come when it's a qualified mode, but until then it's all pro just because a lot of people play it casually. So they didn't want to force people into a competitive style game mode when nobody competitive was really gonna be playing it.
Okay.
So they did that for a lot of the MUT side, but on all Madden, what you're going to see is salary cap rank. There's going to be no previous play, which is awesome. Just right off the bat, that's amazing. It's one of the greatest things that I've gotten to play with. It's no previous play is just great. Then you're also going to get no kick meter. The only thing you have to go off is controller vibrations. So they actually make kicking a little more difficult this year. It's not just going to be, oh, you're in field goal range, you're going to make this kick. There's actually something to it now, which is nice. Outside of that, you're going to see more consistency overall, more caught picks than drop picks. You're going to see slightly different tuning. The sheds are slightly less or more. I don't remember exactly. It got explained to me a while ago on that end. Things of that nature, though, it's going to be made to play more consistently, more user-based as opposed to more player-based.
Do you say sheds are less than all Madden?
I don't remember exactly. I think they toned it down from what it was in the beta or something like that. The way I'm interpreting less could be different. Again, I haven't really played too much all pro this year, so slider-wise, I could be way off on the slider interpretations. But for the most part, the goal of all Madden competitive is to make it so the better player wins a majority of the time, and it's going to be a lot more user-based as opposed to all pro, where it's going to try to make the game a little more exciting. Is the way I understand it.
All pro, yeah. So you're saying all pro probably has more spec catches then? That kind of sucks.
Well, yeah, but again, a lot of people want their good receivers to make plays, and that's where you're going to see that now. And all Madden, I'm seeing probably too much of it, but that's a whole different thing. I'm not going to go on a tangent about the issue of all Madden right now, which there is definitely some things that need to be fixed. But man, I like this game a whole year already. So
hey, how do you attack the meta looping blitzes? Asked Captain KT. I got a few questions for you that I've written down from chat.
Well, there's a few ways. I mean, obviously you could block them.
How do you block a looping blitz?
You generally just want to slide to the side of the looper. Now it depends on the blitz. It could be different. A lot of times you want to pinch ID. There's a lot of different ways to block a lot of different blitzes. Sometimes you just got to go into practice mode and test. Generally, if there's a blitz, you want to go into play now because when you shift your D line in practice mode, it's not the same as in game. But yeah, you really just want to kind of test and see what works the best. It's very different for every blitz, so I can't just say one thing is going to work. But the way you generally want to attack a loop is you have to factor in big cover 3, right? More than likely, if they're playing cover 3, they're going to have hard flats. So you're going to want to have some kind of flood concepts with short corner routes, right? So let me reset my play. What you're going to want to do is something like this, where you attack the fact that they have hard flats on the field and throw it quick. Also, you're going to want to know if blitz, they're probably sending 5. If they're sending 5, that means they only have one real route on defense that they could say, okay, let me take away something extra. So you could do things like this, where you just, let me actually just switch this here to double hitch, right? So you need to max protect. You just double hitch, and then now they have to choose, right? What are they going to cover? So there's a lot of things you could do. Another thing that you can do against blitzes is just kind of roll opposite to the looper. So if they're looping from the right B gap to the left A gap, you try and scramble through the right A gap, and that's going to give you a big lane to run. Because a lot of times on looping blitzes, again, they won't have spies. They don't have a lot of stuff over the middle of the field, so you kind of want to attack it there. Short, intermediate routes over the middle.
I gotcha. So short to intermediate routes is the way to attack. What about cover 2 blitzes? Like, a lot of people run cover 2 blitzes, right?
Yeah, cover 2 blitzes, you're going to want to run a lot more smash concepts. Generally, people stick to one coverage or the other. They don't really change too much. In those type of games, it's generally smash concepts. You want to be able to attack hard flats.
Can you explain what a smash concept is to people?
What did you say?
Can you explain what a smash concept is to people?
Yep. So a smash concept is essentially halfback wheel, right? You want to have a table route.
You just changed my blitzer. You just changed my blitzer to a vert hook. What kind of magic do you have?
Oh, audible. Yeah, that's the thing.
So Madden's glitch. You can change the defense based on your audible, huh?
Yeah, it's
Madden. Clint. All right, go on. Sorry.
So it's going to stretch the cloud flat zone. You have a lot more leniency with cover 2 because you don't have to worry about the deep blues as much, right? So with this, you're going to be able to run deeper corner routes. Obviously, you can still run the short corner routes, and they'll work just fine, but you want to gain more yards on cloud flats because they're going to see those a lot more, right? And that's where you're going to have those corner routes.
I gotcha. So basically, make the read the corner against cover 2 blitzes and run like a corner flat combo, and then like a drag to distract the user.
Make sure that you can gain yards on cloud flats or is generally the best way you're going to want to attack blitzes in general.
Captain KT said, I need this pro Madden player to stop talking about football concepts. Could you just talk about glitching and stuff too, Mattster? Thanks. But
I mean, if you want me to glitch, I could glitch real quick. But...
Oh, really? You gonna glitch me?
I bet this.
All right, let's see if I can run a blitz on you. Let's see how quickly your glitch happens.
Let's see if this works. I don't even know if it'll work. Yeah, it did.
Did you throw on break? You son of a gun.
Yeah. No, it's not the same glitch. It's something different. I was there last year. There's defense for it, but if you want me to glitch, I could get glitchy.
So is that oh, we should do that as a teaser for next week. Do you want to go over that next week? Is that something you're ready to release or not?
I don't know. To be honest, it's not something too crazy. It's just something that I did last year. Or something this will obviously pick it off. Unless it's super glitchy, but yeah. But I don't know. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably make that a staple in an ebook I drop for Madden Daily.
Oh, so, gotcha. All right, I guess. Everybody, sorry, I forgot to pimp you out. Everybody, check out Mattstergamer. He's got a YouTube and a Twitter account. I'll put them in the link in the description below in the YouTube video. So definitely check that out. All right, I got some more questions for you if you want.
Yep.
So what's your go-to audibles from the split close? Like, how do you set your audibles in the split close paths? Like, which ones do you go to?
What I choose to go to is X-Drag Trail because it has those 2 posts. You want to go halfback wheel, wide receiver corners. Those are going to give you the plays with the most flexibility, where you can do a lot from based off what you see pre-snap. And then the run audible, I'd probably go draw this year, just because the shotgun pulling guards are really slow this year. so I'd probably go draw instead of power row. But I'm still kind of messing with it. I don't have to.
Is that because of MUT items are slow, or are they just slow in the game?
No, they're slower. I've been meaning to actually give that feedback to them. I'd like to see that fixed, but it's not game breaking. It's just it makes a lot of power runs really just slow. It's like watch this. Like the left guard is just not as fast, and split close is kind of okay just because it's such a short kind of like pull, but a lot of times it's just way too slow. For example, let me go to Y off trips, and I'll kind of show you better what I mean. I can't. 1 second. It's something that's been frustrating me, and hopefully gets fixed relatively soon. So we'll just come out and have back power. You'll kind of be able to see what I mean. See how he just kind of gets in the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually block anybody. That's more so what it is, and it's like that for a lot of runs. It's consistent. He didn't really do anything. He just kind of got in my way. So hopefully that can get fixed in the future. But that's
now. Do you ever?
For now, we kind of have to stick with draws.
If you're ever in split close like that, are there any other formations you audible to out of it, or do you kind of just choose another player on the play screen? It's like you'll stay in split close if you're in split close.
I mean, you can technically audible to I pro, audible to I Y off. I mean, there's a couple of good runs. But for the most part, that's really it. Unless, like, say they come out in dollar, and you want to take advantage of that, then you audible down to I form pro and run like power row, or you pull down to I form pro and run ISO. Like, there's things like that you could do, but there isn't anything that I would say, okay, you kind of have to use this against this, or this is really worth going to. It's more so like, yeah, they came out in dollar. Let's make sure they pay for that. But outside of that, there's not really any like must odds to. You just kind of have to stay with split close because it's 21.
So talking about dollar, how do you block the crossfire or that glitch, basically where they put the corners on contains and they move them right next to the defensive ends, and then they slant the defensive ends out and like glitches out your running back blocking. How do you stop that if you want to? Actually, I don't know how to help.
It's one of those things.
Is it share? What's the button to go to a new play call on Xbox?
Oh, it's the touchpad.
Oh, touchpad. All right. Let me get into dollar.
Actually, yeah. So here's the nice thing, and that's part of what I was mentioning earlier, is that say you could try and come out in dollar. The thing about split close is you're actually going to be able to counter this, right?
Let me do crossfire and spinner's fine. All right. So
the easiest way. So just spread your D line, and then setup is pretty straightforward. Yeah. So you're in split close. Well, guess what? I'm in 21.
Oh.
They have to call a timeout or pray.
How did you not get the why didn't we get the pushovers there?
I'm not 100% sure. A lot of times it's really, if you're in two tight ends, it's a lot more consistent. Two running backs, a lot less consistent. I don't know the exact run that will pancake it every time, but regardless, you're gonna get yards, right?
Yeah.
It's a spread D line in dollar against two running backs. You're gonna get yards. So that's how you really want to take advantage of that, right?
So just if it's against dollar in the split close. All right, that's a great tip. What about so generically, somebody in chat said you slide right and ID the left cornerback to block this blitz. Have you seen that before?
That's set dependent. That's something that I've looked into a little bit actually.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work for every set. So don't assume one thing's gonna work in one set that'll work in another one. Make sure it works in your offense and test it for everything you run. Don't just assume one blocking setup is going to work for everything because different sets block differently, different plays block differently. I don't think we're going to see it in halfback wheel, but like.
What's up, Master? Did I lose you again? We gotta work on our share. We gotta work on our Discord or share play something.
Yeah, it's strange. It's cutting out a decent amount.
Gotcha.
But maybe Skype. I don't know. It's about.
Yeah, Discord.
But
do you think Skype would be better?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have Skype drop too much. I haven't used Skype in a while. I don't know exactly, but that might be better.
So so would you try and block this with two running backs then?
I don't know. We can try it though.
Nope, that didn't work at all.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily because why? I bet if I step up in the pocket, that might be enough. It could be wrong, but if I step up, yeah, see. So a lot of it comes down to good pocket presence too.
I gotcha.
Obviously, I ran into a sack, but I was more so just trying to run straight up to show that it would work. And this should also work. Let's see. Yep. And he's just watching the play.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of ways to pick this up. I think people. When I saw it was worse than nickel blitz, I lost my mind.
Wait, say that
send
again?
3 and have somebody come in no matter what.
Can you say that again?
Stupid.
I missed you.
This is no. I was just saying that. I heard somewhere that somebody said this worse than nickel.
Oh no,
and
not
that's
even close. Nickel blitz was way
that's
better.
not the case.
Yeah.
When you can send 3 and no matter what you defense outside of PA block 7, you know you're coming in. It doesn't beat that. This is the running back dummy out unless you do something. You just have to do something.
Yeah.
It's not God tier by any means.
So have you seen the
It's good.
Have you seen the Crossfire Blitz? At $1.
A little bit. For the most part, I haven't seen too many people flip it.
So like this? I haven't seen it either. I'm just guessing what a Crossfire setup would be. You just changed my blitz, you son of a gun.
Yeah,
You could just reset the blitz, huh?
So like,
On the offense?
yeah, you could do that too. Make them mad. They should pick it up. Yeah. So like, there's a lot of ways to pick that stuff up. A lot of it just comes down to knowing your slide and IDs and your set, right? A lot of times for split close, if you just max pro pinch, you'll block everything because 2 running backs on either side.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you're in a max pro setup, so you only have 3 routes. But if you just want to block stuff, max pro pinch should pick up pretty much everything. Like, there's not going to be a lot that doesn't get picked up with max pro pinch and split close.
I got
So
you.
that's worth noting.
So yeah, and split close, and that's one of the benefits of split close. Like last year with Bunch, it had good blocking against most all, blitzes and stuff. So that's pretty interesting to hear. Hey, there's some other general questions here. Let me see if there's any other specific to Crossfire. Hey, do you in cover 3? Do you normally deep half your cornerbacks instead of leaving them into straight cover 3?
It depends on the offense I'm playing. A lot of times, I really like the post. It's something that I've been utilizing a lot. But again, you need to know what you're giving up. Say they do man match. If you're playing man match and you're running hard flats, you have to know that a crosser could be coming or a wheel could be coming, and you got to take that away. So I wouldn't say I do it every play, but I definitely deep half. I definitely deep quarter. I use all the deep blue zones. It really comes down to what you're playing on offense. If you're playing a lot of deep crossers, you want to play deep quarters. If you're playing a lot of solo side posts, you're going to want to run running deep thirds so they man match. If you're playing a lot of bombs, you're going to want to run deep halves. It just comes down to, again, it's a game of adjustments this year more than ever, I feel like. So there isn't one end-all, be-all solution. Now, if you just want to make for people to get downfield and you want to force them to kind of grind downfield, yeah, deep halves with cloud flats all the way downfield or in the red zone, that's plenty viable.
Have you noticed Purple's playing pretty good this year? I've noticed Purple's playing better than Cloud Flats at times.
Yeah, it just depends on what, like, Purples, don't expect Purples to play Clouds. Use Purples to play Purples. Know they're going to man match when you have deep thirds. Know that they're going to play up top and then go low. They won't stay up top. The expectations for Purples a lot of the times are why they kind of get hated on. I actually do use Purples a decent amount. Again, I don't use it too much, but I use it against like gun spreads. I use it when they're leaving on a man match and I don't want to have to worry about the wheel myself. And I have fast Purples. There's times for everything. Just know what you kind of have to play the game, get experience with it, know what everything does, and then based off that, use your opponent's tendencies to your advantage and take that away how you want to take it away. So it's pretty much with everything. It's like, yeah, I use Purples. I use seam flats this year. I use light blues. I use deep blues. I use hard flats. Every zone in the game this year is very effective. Just know when to call what based off of.
We'll go more into this in future weeks as we get into the defensive side of the ball. This is kind of like an offensive week, just talking about the split close. So we'll rotate weeks going between offense and defense every Tuesday at this time. Now, we'll keep... I don't see any other specific split close questions, so we'll just keep going on the other ones. Is it better to blitz an extra linebacker or a corner?
I mean, it depends on the set, right? If you're in a dollar, you're in 3-4, have more linebackers. I wouldn't look at it as personnel. I'd look at it as, well, I guess the personnel that you have on the field. If you have more linebackers, it's gonna be a lot easier. Linebacker, if you're being a blitz a player, don't blitz a player that you don't expect is gonna add pressure. Like, for example, don't just blitz your outside corner here because that won't actually do much. Blitz your linebacker, pinch your line, and crash right, and then he'll be in a spot to at least try and get pressure. It might not be something that comes in, but like if you're just gonna blitz a guy, at least set him up to do like have success. Don't just blitz a guy to blitz a guy.
Can you go over that? Can you go over that again? What do you mean?
So like in this scenario, right? Don't just blitz an outside corner because that's not gonna do much. Try something like pinching your defensive line, crash right, just so. Like, yeah, exactly. Like blitz players who I don't know what in the world that guy's. What is?
Yeah, I don't know what he's
he
doing
going?
either.
What's he doing over there?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, now we're shuffling back.
Yeah. So you see how like you want to set your players up to come in, even if it's blitz that comes in, you want to set them up to get pressure, right? And this might come in. I don't know exactly. Yeah, the corner came in. So you want to set your players up to come in. Don't just blitz people to blitz people. That's not going to do much. You want to set them up for actual heat, even if you don't know if it's going to work or not.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. This one just got sent. I got a bunch more questions. Master, do you think this is the most sim version of Madden yet?
I mean, it's hard for me to say. I don't look at it as sim or whatever. I look at it as competitive. Is it a competitive game? It doesn't matter to me if it's sim. It doesn't matter to me. Katie, I want a game that the better player is going to win for the game. Well, I shouldn't say for the game, because for the game could start me swerving, and I don't think it's good, personally. I just think a lot of times when you have mechanics like that it becomes hard for a defense to win, because you can be in the perfect position and then still get swerved. So that was an issue in 17. But I'd say it's always more sim than ever, right? Like it's hard to say that one year isn't more sim than the next, outside of like Madden 09, where it just went like curls. But it's always getting more and more sim. So I mean, pretty much every year I would say it's more sim, just because they're adding more sim concepts, right? Like it might not play sim, but it's gonna be more sim. Every year there's gonna be glitches. Like I just showed you a cloud glitch that's not sim, but there's always gonna be something where it's gonna break the game. It's a video game.
Yeah.
In terms of concepts, especially with the way the Deep Blues match, a lot of the way the zones play and match, I would say it is more sim than last year, but I feel like it's like that for every single iteration of the game.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, everybody asking about defensive questions and how to stop stuff. We'll go through defense next week. We don't want to make this go too long, but there's what coaching adjustments should you make? Do you do any coaching adjustments on offense?
On offense, no.
No off. What about defense?
I don't touch that at all. Defense, I get a swap ball.
Swap ball
just
instead
in
of
case
play
I can't
ball?
click on it because I'm the wrong person.
Wait, say that
Yeah,
again?
I don't want to get agged.
Oh. So swap ball works better than play ball this year is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it's only for two-man one-on-one interactions, so that's going to be going for swats instead of picks, and I just don't. Like, if I don't get to click on, I don't need a pick. Make sure I don't get agged.
That's a good point.
So I get a swat there.
How do you? Okay, so this is a defensive animation question, I guess. Are you not getting defender interception animations? I know I'm missing a lot. Somebody in chat asked about it. Like when you click on, are you not getting animation?
It, but
yeah. What's up?
I don't know. I feel like it's weird, right? I'm definitely seeing it, but I don't feel like I'm seeing it as much as everybody else. Like it's annoying. It's very annoying. Yeah. But I tap strafe as you go to catch, and I've noticed it helps a lot. I don't know if that's just me or I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm seeing it at the same rate, but I'm getting animations just as much as I'm not getting animations.
Okay.
There's that.
Hey, what
I have noticed that for sure.
What settings do you use? Like for I'll show it to you. Game options for defensive
ball hawks
stuff.
on, heat seekers on, the rest are off.
So you have switch assist off. Right?
So switch assist off, auto strafe off, auto flip off.
Auto flip is on?
No, it's off.
Okay, you leave that off. Oh, so all that.
Yeah. Basically.
All right, cool. That's a good answer. We'll get into stopping fake screen wheel next week. Is it viable to run a tight end out of the backfield on halfback wheel, or do you get a penalty playing a player out of position? Or would you prefer the running back out of the backfield instead of tight end?
Use whoever you have that's better.
Oh, okay.
Personally, I would just get the fastest guy, which probably.
Okay, I got you.
But if you need a block, you're gonna want a tight end. It's really the preference. You have the option to use both, right? So just put in whoever's gonna help you the best. In split close, you obviously get 3 receivers out there instead of having the tight end. So if you want a receiver there, you can. Again, it just comes down to, are you running more, are you passing?
Okay.
Make sure you're the best personnel that suits you. You can kind of make it work in any offense.
All right.
Just make sure you're the right personnel for you.
And that is it for the program this week. On Twitch, we played a game afterwards showing off the split close scheme, but I think this YouTube video has gone long enough. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions for next week, for what you guys want to learn. If you like this video, should it be more like cut up amongst different subjects? We could probably do that. Might do that for future episodes. I want to hear in the comment section below. So questions, comments, suggestions, all of it. Otherwise, stop by on Tuesdays. I'll try and get this out earlier in the week so it's more topical and quicker out to you guys on YouTube. But that's it. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.